Today topic is forms. Okay, so here forms is the most common way for user to communicate information from a web browser to the server. Okay, so the another definition of form is it allows a user to enter data that is sent to server for the processing. Okay, so the definitions of the form are the most common way for a user to communicate information from a web browser to a server is called form. Okay. The another definition of form is it allows a user to enter data that is sent to server for the processing. Okay. So when the user clicks the submit button in the form data is encoded and sent to web server for the processing. Okay. So this is the syntax for the form. Okay, form name equal to here name is the form1 and action equal to some form underscore action dot asp file and method equal to get, and we close the form tag. Okay, now we see each attribute in the form tag. Okay, it is used to give name to the form. It is used to give name to the form. And action attribute tells the browser where to send the form content when you submit the form. Okay, it tells the browser where to send the form content when you submit the form. Okay, next, method attribute. Here method attribute, it tells the browser how to send the form content when you submit the form. Here action means where to send the form content. Here method means how to send the form content when you submit the form. Okay, so there are mainly two methods, get method and post method. Okay, that form data can be sent to server in these two ways, get method and post method. Okay, first one, get method, here it sends data as a part of url. Okay, second one, it hides the data in something known as http header. Okay, so here in get method we send the data as a part of url. In post method we send the data that is encoded in a document, one code. Okay, so what is the difference between get method and post method? Okay, here the get method is not appropriate for the forms with personal or financial information because it sends data as a part of url. Okay, so when the method attribute is set to post, the browser sends a separate server request containing some special headers followed by the data so that only the server sees the content of this request. Okay, that is the difference between get method and post method. Okay, so the best method form sending secure information such as credit or any other personal information is post method. Okay, out of get method and post method, the post method is more secure when you send the personal or any financial information or any credit card information. Okay, so these are the two methods that form data can be sent to server. Okay, so are you my voice? Can you hear my voice? Is my screen is visible or not? One of them reply in chat box. Okay. Okay, these are the two methods that form data can be sent to server in a two ways. Okay. Now, what are the different tags in form? What are the different tags in form? So here, input tag, input tag. So many of the commonly used controls are specified with the input tag. It includes text, password, checkboxes, radio buttons, and submit and reset. So these are all are included in the this input tag. Text boxes, password, radio buttons, checkboxes. Okay, these are all are included in the input button. Okay, input tag. Okay, now we see the each one. First one, text boxes. It is used to collect the input from the user. It is used to collect the input from the user. Okay, that is the text box. Next, password. So it is a text box whose content is never displayed by the browser. That is secret, secure one. It is a text box whose content is never displayed by the browser. Okay. Next, checkboxes. One or one or more buttons used by the user to select one or more elements from a list. One or more elements from a list. Okay. Next, radio button. Oh, so here one or more buttons used by the user to select only one element from a list. Okay. That is the radio button. Okay. So now we see attributes in input tag. First one is the type. It specifies the particular kind of control. Okay, it specifies a particular kind of control. Either it is text or password or checkbox or radio. Okay. Second one, name. It specifies the name of the input element. It specifies the name of the input element. Okay. Next one, value. It specifies the value of the input element. Value of the input element. Next one, size. It specifies the default size of the control. Okay. Next, checked. Here it specifies that an input element should be pre-selected when the page loads. Okay, for example, if you select checkbox or if you insert radio button, the default one, default value here is checked. Okay, specifies an input element should be pre-selected when the page is loaded. Okay, so after you see example of each one, okay, each tag. Next one, file upload. The file upload object represents single line text input control and a browse button in an HTML forms. Okay, this object allows file uploading to a server. Clicking on the browse button opens the file dialog box that allows a user to select a file to upload. If you want to upload a file, okay, so here this one, file upload element allows to browse a file. Okay. Next, button. Next type is button. This allows buttons to be included in the form that perform tasks other than submitting or resetting. Okay. If you insert a button to any text other than submit and reset. Okay. So this one is used, button element. Okay. If you want to insert any button other than submit and reset, we use this element. Next, image button. Okay, image buttons have the same effect as submit buttons. Okay, when a visitor clicks an image button, the form is sent to address specified in the action setting of form tag. Okay, so ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తాం అంటే మనం సబ్మిట్ ట్యాగ్ కే ఇమేజ్ ప్లేస్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, సో later we see example of all these tags, then we understand easy. Okay, next one, submit. This creates a button that automatically submits a form. Okay, next one, reset. This creates a button that automatically resets a form. Okay, so these are all are the elements in the input tag: text boxes, passwords, checkboxes, radio buttons, file upload, here button, image button, submit and reset. So once again we see text. It is easy to insert an text into the form. And next one, password. It is easy to insert an password into the form, and next check boxes. Okay, it is easy to select one or more elements from a list, that is check boxes. Next radio button, it is easy to insert radio button, that is easy to select only one element from a list. Okay, next file upload, if you want to browse a file in the form, this one is used file upload. Next button, if you want to insert a button rather than submit and reset, we use this one. And next image button, if you use image as a button, okay, if you click on that image, then it submits the form or any resets the form. Okay, next submit and reset, it automatically submits the form, and here reset, it automatically resets the values you entered in the form. So these are all our elements that are present in the input tag. Okay, so next one, text area control. Text area control, if you want to insert a multiple lines in the form, if you want to insert a multiple lines in the form, we use text area control. Okay, like some example comments. Okay, so for that comments in the form, we use text area control. Okay, so your text area has the two attributes, rows and columns. So here rows, it specifies the number of lines of the text the area should display. Okay, next columns specifies the width of the text area measured in number of characters. Okay, one is number of lines and second one is the width of the text area. Okay, rows and columns. Okay, this text area control is used to insert a comments in the form. Next, select tag. Okay, so menus or drop down lists are used to allow the user to select items from a list when the list is too long to use checkboxes or radio buttons. Okay, if there are multiple options, okay, then we use this drop down list by using select tag. Okay, drop down lists are created using select tag. If there are multiple options to use checkboxes or radio buttons, then we use this select tag. Okay, select tag is used to allow the user to select items from a list when the list is too long. So here this one is the example of select tag. Okay, so here attributes equal to selected, that is it specifies that item is pre-selected. Okay, when there is drop down list in the form, the Indian is the pre-selected. Okay, here option selected equal to selected, that is here Indian is the set as selected, that means Indian is pre-selected when you load the page. Okay, next one size, it specifies the number of items that are to be displayed in the list. Suppose if you want to place 10 items in the drop down list, your size equal to 10. Okay, next name, it specifies the name of the menu. Okay, next one, label tag, it is easy to specify label to the form controls. It is easy to specify name label to the form controls. So here example label, here the label is the file upload, the label is the file upload, or use label to any text, suppose username, label username, input type equal to text, value equal to username, label. Okay, so this is the theory of forms. Let us see some practical example of form. So once again I repeat, so here form that is easy to communicate to through the web server. Okay, it is easy to communicate with the web server. The syntax is here form name equal to some form name, and here action means when you click on submit button, here the web page directs to the form underscore some action dot asp. Okay, and method equal to get or post. Two methods that form data can be sent to server in these two ways, get and post. Okay, so next in the form input tag. So here input tag is used to enter the input into the form. Okay, and these are the different elements in the input tag. Text boxes to enter a text, password to enter a password, and check boxes it is used to select one or more elements, and radio buttons it is used to select only one element. Okay, next to submit and reset, and next one is text area control is used to enter multiple lines of text, and next one select it is used to select a one item from the drop down list. Next label tag it is used to give the label to the form control. Okay, so these are all are the tags that is used to prepare the HTML form. Okay, now we see the output or one example form. Can you see my screen? Here, Notepad example form. Can you see my screen here? Respond in chat box. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice audible? Voice is audible or not? Okay. So here, let us see the example of the form. So first one, HTML root element. Okay. Next head element. In the head element, we give the title of the web page. So the title of the web page is form in HTML. Okay. Next in the body. So we are writing the content of the web page. Okay. So first one here, I place one image. Okay, I insert a image by using image tag. Okay, img space source equal to the location of the image. So here I give the location of the web page, sorry, image, and specify the width of the image and height of the image and horizontal space. Okay, next I give the break tag. That means I give one line break. Next one, I give the link here, hyperlink. This is the anchor tag to insert a link in the web page. A space h reference equal to, here I give the link is equal to www.searchcrrengg.ac.in. When you click on this CRD College of Engineering, it navigates to the this web page. Okay. Next, I give the heading is registration form specified in the heading tag H1 level 1. Okay. Next, form. Here form name equal to registration form. Okay. And action equal to success.html. Okay. When you submit the registration form, it goes to the success.html. Okay. Now, label. So I already discussed what is the label. So your label is used to give the name to the label name to the control. Okay. So your first one is the text. Input type equal, enter your name. This is the label, and next type equal to text. Okay. Next enter your email. Input type equal to email. Okay. Next enter your password. Next input type equal to password. Okay. Next label is confirm your password. Okay, here input type equal to password. Here I give break, 2 breaks to the every tag. Okay, after completion of every input, I give break to the every input tag. Okay, so that means it gives break after name, break after email, break after password, break after confirming your password. That means one line gap. Okay, one line gap in the web page. Okay, next gender, label equal to gender. So here I give input type is radio. Why? Because here if we give radio button, it select only one item from the this list. Okay, only one item from the list. Okay, next enter your address. So that is text area. Why? Because your address is the multiple lines. So if you want to insert multiple lines in the web page, if you want to insert multiple lines in the web page, we give text area. Okay, next one, select your course. Here I give the drop down list, BTech, BBA, MCA, BCom. So here select tag is easy to insert a drop down list if there are multiple options. Okay, that is if the options are too long, then we use select tag. Okay, if the options are 3 or 4 or 1 or 2, we use radio or checkbox. Radio is used to select only one item. Okay, next here see, label is programming languages that you know. Okay, so here input type equal to checkbox and give the name to that input, that is example as PL, and value equal to check. So here these are the values, C, Python and Java. So here the difference between radio and checkbox is, here radio we have to select only one item. So if it is checkbox, we have to select 2 or more items from the list. Okay, so if the items are too long in either radio or checkbox, we use select option, that is drop down list. Okay, next file upload. So here the label is upload our resume. Okay, here I give the input type is file upload. Okay, next one is submit button and reset button. So here reset button, input type equal to reset, value equal to reset, and name equal to reset. Okay, so if I click on this reset button, it resets the all the values in the form. Okay,